connections. My name is Vera, and I will be your host tonight.
One of my favorite things in life is to build connections. My favorite parts of that is actually to bring people together and see something magical happen.
We all talk about scans, volumes, throughput, but there's a human being behind that. This is why we do what we do. Take care of these patients.
One thing that really stood out was things like a 75 cm 3T. Beautiful, fast images, the fastest on the market. But more importantly, it's not until we start building these intelligent connections and put it to work that we can actually come up with innovative ways to change the world we live in.
Now, our next speaker is the Senior Director of Remote Scanning for Acumen, Josh Saylor. Welcome to the stage.
Well, good evening. Is everybody feeling good? I want to thank the United team. It was a beautiful event. Also, I want to thank the staff, the amazing staff here at the museum. Could we give a round of applause for everybody? This is amazing. I love this conversation around building intelligent connections. And I thought I'd start off by telling you a story about early in my career about a not so intelligent connection. It was about 25 years ago. I was in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and this is AI generated images. I made myself look much better looking. And I was working the night shift. And I had just finished up taking some x-rays in the morgue. And I was hanging out in the radiology department that morning, waiting for the medical examiner to give him the images and hopefully go home, when this amazing x-ray tech walked into the department. And I've never met her before. And you'd always like to think, right? I'm gonna have that perfect line ready. Like, somebody call God because heaven's missing an angel. No, not that morning. The best I could muster was, I'm Josh, do you want to go to the morgue with me? You can't win them all. But why am I here tonight? Well, I work for Acumen. We're one of the largest radiology imaging services in the United States. We do the most amount of MRIs from a single provider in the world. We have about 155 imaging centers, oncology centers. As part of that, a large managed services business in 48 states. So as part of that, we were looking to acquire more equipment. And again, I warned you I used AI to create these images. And in that RFP, we looked at MRI scanners, CAT scanners, and you guessed, PET CT scanners. Now, clearly, not all AI is alike, which is why we had an RFP. And in that process, looking at all the equipment, I'm happy to say that Acumen chose United as our sole provider. And there's a lot of reasons for that. One thing that really stood out was things like a 75 cm 3T. It couldn't just be a 1.5. It had to be a 75 cm 3T, right? Beautiful, fast images. The fastest on the market, I must say, and the most beautiful. Also, largest field of view, usable field of view. Super lightweight coils. And of course, we can't forget the amazing Starlight experience for our patients. These are some of the factors that contributed to our decision. But more importantly, it was the conversations we had with the United team. When we started to talk about what is important to us, And what do we need to grow our company, grow our business, and stay relevant in the marketplace? And one key area for us was affordable, all-in configurations. I'm sure some of you have been in this place before, where you're looking at a machine and you're thinking, okay, this is great. 1.2, 1.4 million, whatever it might be. But we need to add cardiac, we need to add breast imaging, and before you know it, you're $250,000 more, and your procurement team or your finance team is saying, Josh, you got to take something out. And I'm like, okay, who am I going to make angry, right? Well, that just wasn't going to work for us. And then the second piece was, for our long-term viability and growth, we really need free access to new software as it becomes available. And this is key. And it's not just for my ordering physicians out there, it's also for our Acumen staff as well. We have a little bit of a unique model where we have about 100 sales folks that are all out in the community speaking with ordering physicians. And do you know what it's like to train 100 salespeople on this machine can do this, this one can do that? It's impossible. So today, when our sales team goes out and speaks with ordering physicians and they say, can I do a CTA? It's yes. Well, what about MR neurography, right? The answer is yes. And then of course, well, what about amyloid PET CT? The answer is yes. And this is really what made this a worry-free solution for us. But it's not just our team, it's also our radiologists. We have a lot of radiologists here tonight, right? You're too busy to worry about what can this machine do or not do. Instead, what do? Call up the MR tech and say, hey, can we do DTI? They don't know. What about, plaque analysis? That's always a great one. What about cardiac? Or, hey, we have this, this fatty liver coming in. Can we do quantification? What's the answer? We didn't buy that, sir, sorry. It's not gonna work for us. The same is true, prostate analysis, and then also these wild cards like, can we do elastography? You know, that's the one that you always say no until now. This really transforms our business. So these are some of the reasons why we chose United as our partner. But getting back to building intelligent connections, for me, I look out, I see a lot of very intelligent and sharp people. You're all experts in your respective fields. And if you're anything like me, you look around at healthcare happening around us, and you've got ideas, you've got insights. And I think that's great, but it's not until we share those insights and we start building these intelligent connections and put it to work that we can actually come up with innovative ways to change the world we live in. So I want to challenge everyone here tonight. Share your ideas, build the connections, because I believe you can make a difference, and one single connection can change the future. For those people that don't believe one single connection can change your future, I want to take you back to my original story in a morgue in South Carolina. That X-ray tech, her name was Janet, and she said yes to going to the morgue with me. That was step one. Step two was asking her to marry me. And to this day, we still talk about that one connection. So have a great night, and thank you.
We have the first United Imaging UMI Panorama North America. You could apply deep learning image reconstruction and you could get a scan like this. In my opinion, is the best PET CT image that I have ever seen. We think this has tremendous clinical impact, markedly faster image acquisition in our world, and we are seeking excellence together. I think we're able to do that at St. Jude, and I think when we have partners like United Imaging, we're successful in doing that more so.
To this special evening, as we gather to celebrate continuous collaboration and innovations, and also for the exciting future of healthcare.